Phase 1. Early childhood, 1961 to 1967, 1961. Birth. Barack Hussein Obama was born on August 4, 1961, at Kaiser Hospital in Honolulu, Hawaii. He weighed 3.4 kilograms at birth. His father, Barack Obama Sr., was studying at the University of Hawaii, and his mother, Ann Dunham, was also a student. After 2 years of Barack's birth, his parents separated. His mother lived with Barack in Hawaii, where she struggled to raise him alone. 1962 to 1967. Life in Hawaii. During his upbringing in Hawaii, Barack was exposed to a variety of cultures, as Hawaii embraced a diverse community including Native Americans, Asians, and Europeans. His mother sought to provide a rich educational environment. He was read children's storybooks and encouraged to explore new ideas. Barack loved books and began reading at an early age, which helped develop his imagination. Phase 2. Moving to Indonesia, 1967 to 1971, 1967. Moving to Indonesia. In 1967, Ann Dunham moved to Indonesia after marrying Lolo Sitoro. Barack was 6 years old and lived with his mother and her new husband. Initially, the move was difficult for him as he faced a new environment and language. He spoke only English and had to learn Indonesian quickly. 1968 to 1971. Education and culture. Barack attended a local school where classes were taught in Indonesian. The classroom environment was very different from what he was accustomed to, with unfamiliar teaching methods. The family lived in a modest neighborhood where he played games with local children. He learned a lot about Indonesian culture, including their traditions and food, such as rice and fried fish. Impact of the Indonesian experience. During his time in Indonesia, Barack learned to be adaptable and resilient in new situations. Those years influenced his sense of belonging, teaching him how to bridge cultural divides. He enjoyed going to markets with his mother, where he was exposed to different colors and flavors, which deepened his appreciation for cultural diversity. Phase 3. Returning to Hawaii, 1971 to 1976, 1971. Returning to Hawaii. In 1971, Barack and his mother moved in with his grandmother in Hawaii after his mother's separation from her husband. His grandmother, Madeline Dunham, was a strong woman who worked in a bank and was a pillar of the family. Barack was 10 years old and returned to education in a relatively familiar environment, but he faced new challenges. 1971 to 1976. Education in Hawaii. Barack attended Punahou School, a prestigious private school in Honolulu. Although it was an advanced school, Barack felt somewhat alienated from some of his peers due to his mixed background. Nonetheless, he excelled academically and showed a keen interest in literature and writing. He wrote poetry and read books related to politics and social issues. Identity and challenges. During this phase, Barack began to confront challenges related to his identity. As a child of mixed heritage, he struggled to understand his place in society. He continued to explore his African American heritage and began interacting with others from similar backgrounds. He started to understand the impacts of racism and discrimination, which made him recognize the need for social change. Phase 4. Adolescence, 1976 to 1980, 1976. Secondary education. Obama graduated from Punahou School in 1979. During his final years in school, he became more involved in student activities, playing basketball and participating in literary events.